In this video, I will discuss some work energy and power problems. This is the first question. A force acts on a 3 gram particle in such a way that the position of the particle as a function of time is given by x equal to 3t minus 4t square plus t cube, where x is in meters and t is in seconds. The work done during the first 4 seconds is, you can pause the video and attempt this question. So x is given as 3t minus 4t square plus t cube. So if we differentiate this expression, we get the x dot, which is the velocity, as this one. And we differentiate again, we get the acceleration x double dot as minus 8 plus 60. And this is acceleration is equal to force by mass by Newton's second law. And work done is force into displacement. And since the variable force, it's f into dx and then integrated over the appropriate limits. And f dx can be written as f into x dot into dt. X dot is dx by dt. So the expression for x dot we have found out here, and force is mass into x double dot. So using these things we get the work done as m into integral between the limits 0 and 4, because you have to find the work done during the first 4 seconds. So these two expressions we can multiply and get an algebraic expression like this, which is called t cube t square t and a constant term. So if we can integrate this one, and then if you put the limits and simplify, we'll get the value as 528 into 10 raised to minus 3 joules. The mass of the particle is being given as 3 grams. So in SI unit it will be 3 kg, 3 into 10 raised to minus 3 kg. Correct option is option C. This is the next question. A particle of mass m is moving in a circular path of constant radius r, such that its centripetal acceleration AC is varying with time as AC equal to k square r t square, where k is a constant. The power delivered to the particle by the force acting on it is. You can pause and attempt this question. So the centripetal acceleration is given as k square r t square, and centripetal acceleration is v square by r. This is the basic concept of circular motion. So from this we get the velocity as krt. Power is given as force into velocity, and force is m into a by Newton's second law, and acceleration is dv by dt. So if we differentiate this, we get dv by dt as kr, and velocity we can use this expression. So from this we get the power as m into k square r square into t. The correct option is option B. This is the next question. The given plot shows the variation of potential energy U of interaction between two particles with a separating distance r between them. Which of the statements are true or correct? So 4 statements are there. So you have to check the statements individually. Statement 1 says B and D are equilibrium points. The plot of potential energy versus the distance. The maximum and minimum of this plot are the equilibrium points. The force is related to the potential energy as its gradient, like the negative gradient. So at maximum and minimum point, the gradient is 0, so the force is 0, so it's an equilibrium point. B and D are not maximum and minimum points, so it is not an equilibrium point. So statement 1 is not true. Statement 2, C is a point of stable equilibrium. C is a minimum point, so the gradient of U is 0, so the force is 0, so C is a equilibrium point, and it's also a stable equilibrium point because it's a minimum point. Maximum point, it's an equilibrium point but an unstable equilibrium point. So C is a stable equilibrium point, so statement 2 is correct. Statement 3, the force of interaction between two particles is attractive between points C and D and repulsive between points D and E. Between C and D, the gradient of U is positive and the force is negative gradient. So force is negative, that means force is towards origin. So the force is attractive. So this part of the statement is correct, but repulsive between points D and E. Between D and E, between D and this maximum point, it is attractive, same as CD. And between D and E, it's repulsive. But from D to E, it is changing from attractive to repulsive. So this part of the statement is not correct. So statement 3 is not true. Statement 2, the force of interaction between the particles is repulsive between E and F of the curve. Between E and F, the gradient is negative, and force is negative gradient, so force is positive. So force is towards the positive R direction, so it's away from the origin. So it's a repulsive force. So statement 4 is true. So statement 2 and 4 are correct. So the correct option is option C. This is the next question. A rope ladder with a length L carrying a man of mass M at its end is attached to the basket of a balloon with a mass M. The entire system is in equilibrium in air. As the man climbs up the ladder into the balloon descends by height h. The potential energy of the man is. 4 options are given. You can pause the video and attempt this question. Here is the solution. So this is a rope ladder of length L. Initially the man is at the bottom, and after that the man climbs to the other end of the rope ladder into the basket of the balloon. When this happens, the balloon descends by height h. So effectively this man climbs a height of L minus h. So the height gained by the man is L minus h. So the potential energy gained by the man is mg into the height gained, that is L minus h. So the correct option is option A. This is the next question. A block attached to a spring pulled by a constant horizontal force is kept on a smooth surface as shown in the figure. Initially the spring is in natural state. Then the maximum positive work that the applied force F can do is, given that the spring does not break. You can pause and attempt this question. So if you can write the energy equation between the initial condition and the final condition. So the final energy is initial energy plus work done on the system. If work is done on the system, the energy of the system will increase. So the final energy will be more than the initial energy by the work done on the system. Finally, when this block is stretched to the maximum point, the velocity of this block will be 0. It will be at rest. So the only energy will be the potential energy stored in the spring, and that energy is half kx square, where x is the extension of the spring from its initial state, which is the natural state. Initial energy is 0 because initially the block is not moving, it's at rest, and it starts moving. So initial velocity is 0. So the initial kinetic energy is 0, and the initial potential energy stored in the spring is also 0 because it's a natural state. So initial energy is 0. Work done on the system by the force is the force into the distance it moves. The distance moved is same as the extension of the spring. So the work done on the system is F into x. So from this we can get the value of x as 2F by k. Work done by the force is F into x. So it is F into the value of x. We can use this expression. So we will get 2 times F square by k. Correct option is option B.